Hi, my name's Trinity Peterson and I'm an ERP advisor for Striven. Today we're covering customer management, and in this video we're going to cover contact and reference management. So we're going to talk about contact categories, adding contacts, contact associations to multiple companies, portal access for contacts, and then how to have them set as references for your company. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. Now let's go ahead and talk about storing contacts in your Striven system, having those contacts associated with more than one customer, and also indicating and using them as a reference for other customers. So let's start out by looking at our contact list by going to Customers and Contacts. I'm going to go ahead and hit Search to see my list of contacts. Right from here, I can see just the contact name. Underneath, I could see their email, phone number, but then also the company or the customer they are associated with. So for example, I could see that Gary Goodman is an association of Gary's Grill. I can click on Gary Goodman to view more information about him as the contact, but if I want to see additional information about how he's related to Gary's Grill, I'm going to go ahead and click back and then click on Gary's Grill here to go to the customer instead. As you can see, this takes me to the Contact tab underneath the customer. Clicking on Gary's name will bring me to more information about him. I could see what his title is. I could set a category, for example, if he's included or not included in a service agreement. I could choose what his birthday is. Set if he is the primary, so is he the main person at Gary's Grill that I speak to? And then I can add in some information like his phone number, email, address, and the location he's associated with. I can add additional phone number and emails by clicking the Add button here. If I want to leave any notes about Gary, I can add them here, and I can also switch to an advanced editor. Or go back to the simple editor. You want to make sure before you move on to any additional tabs up here that you hit Save. The contact has a hub the same way that the customer has a hub, so I can store documents and links and post about them. I can also see what assets they're associated with, view their portal settings, or I can choose to set them as a reference. On this tab, I can say if they want to be a reference or if they do not want to be a reference. So for Gary, I'm going to go ahead and say is a reference and hit Save and Close. This is going to take me back to my contact list under the customer. Now, maybe I want to go ahead and add a new contact for Gary's Grill. So I'm going to click Add Contact underneath the customer. Let's go ahead and choose a name, a title. I could choose the category for this contact, select their birthday. I can indicate if they're the primary. Now it's important to remember you can only have one set as the primary per customer. I can decide if I want to send Sarah a welcome email that's going to welcome her into the partner portal. Or I can wait till she gets her first sales order approval email or task approval email and let her go into the portal naturally for the first time that way. Let me go ahead and add in some contact information for Sarah. And when I'm ready, I can hit Save and Close. Now maybe there's a contact in the system that I want to associate to Gary's Grill, but I've already added him previously. In that case, I can click Associate Contact. This is going to let me to search for a different contact in the system. Once I've found my correct contact, I go ahead and hit Select. And now John is now associated with Gary's Grill also. If I click on Customers and go back to my contact list and search for John, I can see he now has two companies that he's associated with. So now let's go ahead and talk about how I can go ahead and send these contacts as a reference for my company. In order to do that, I'm going to go to the Customer tab, go ahead and click on Sales, and then go to References. I can filter my search if there's a certain type of reference that I'm looking for, or I can just hit Search to get the full list. I can see that these are all the people that have been set as a reference in the contact settings. The number will indicate how many times I've already used them as a reference previously. So I can go ahead and check off which ones I want to send, and then click Send Email. This is going to list out their contact information in an email, so then my prospect can reach out to them for a reference for me. I would just go ahead and choose the customer, and then select the contact that I wish to send this to. I can update the subject if I'd like, or add additional information in this email as well. But when I'm ready, I can go ahead and hit Send and Close. As you can see, it's not just customer information you can store within the system, but the individual contact information as well.